It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see DJ Moore. No shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Panthers and the Seahawks, and it's coming up next.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. Hello, everyone. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, this is a contest truly worthy, I guess you would say, calling it a showdown. We have the league's #1 passing game going up against the league's #1 pass defense. Time to decide which of the league's best is truly supreme.
And for fans who love this game, who follow the NFL, matchup like this in the regular season can't really get any better, can it? And I know it's only the regular season, but the intensity that I'm feeling so far, already like a playoff atmosphere.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Seattle. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down. Come on. Hey!
They'll look to throw here. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. A tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
This is taken at the 23. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. Second down coming up. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his target, Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. The Seahawks at 9-7 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Running game working this, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, here we sit, Week 17, just 1 more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He hits his target, Lockett.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The kick by Elliott is good, and it will push the lead up to 5.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. If you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
On the jump.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Back to throw here. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the end round. First time these two have up this afternoon, and it's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Ball start. Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Showed that brute strength, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, hey.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. See if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start with the option.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
It's a gain of 34. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Walker now on first and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards. Now Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Back to throw again. He's going to look deep for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup of 38.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. His 4th rushing touchdown on the campaign, number 7 overall. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Left side complete to Lockett. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they're going to decline that and choose to bring up 2nd down.
So did you feel like maybe this is just a mistake that they don't take the penalty
possibly.
here? Either that or they feel like their defense just cannot be moved on very well, and they'd rather go ahead and use the downs.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Now it's Lockett.
No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This complete to Lockett. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll drop to throw.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We begin in the NFC. San Francisco making the cross-country trek for the early game against Atlanta. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State. Check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Allen Lazard, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the desert. Check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucs. Mike Evans, a touchdown reception. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And going right back to Walker. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They're going to look to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Straight ahead, Walker. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get him at the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free-possession game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Carolina. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Rashawn Gary from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. DJ Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
The throw over the middle taken in. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
74 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And Walker has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Now a draw play. It's Walker. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Out right to Bourne. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Back to throw again. Open man is Bourne.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Only needing 2 yards on second down.
They'll look to throw again. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up second down. No, third down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. He'll buy some time right. Oh, there's Lockett pulling in a tough grab. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 16. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Walker to start the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from in that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Javon Hargrave in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run with Walker. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Up the middle, Jones. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
so for the Seahawks, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.